I-push natin tong vlog natin. I-push natin tong vlog natin. Hello guys, so here we are again for another video, and today I'm gonna show you how to do the best way to propagate your succulents. There are a lot of ways to do it, but I believe this is the best way to do it. Success rate for this one is about 70 to 80% for me, and I found this really easy to do. And I just want to share it with you guys because I believe this is good for those beginners who likes to make their collection bigger by propagating from leaves. I know it's really hard to propagate from leaves because it takes a really long time for them to grow instead of propagating from cuttings. But then it is possible to grow succulents from leaves, and I'm gonna show you my progress here and also how I do it. So let's get started. Alright guys, so today I am going to show you the best way to propagate from leaves, and there's a lot of things that you can do, but I think this is the simplest and this is a foolproof way of doing it. Based on my experience, the best way to do it is through air propagation. So what is air propagation? You just leave these leaves on top of a tray and you space them out like this, and you wait for about 2 to 3 weeks before you see new pop and new growth on your on the leaves that you want to propagate. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna show you how I harvest or pluck my the leaves out of a succulent. So in front of me is this really healthy black prince, Echeveria black prince, and I would start off by identifying which part of the plant is the most mature part. So the mature part of every succulent or any succulent is the base. So the lowest or the lower leaves right here. So don't get leaves on top like this new growths here. These are not established or not mature yet. So the probability of these leaves giving you another succulent is really low compared if you get the leaves from the bottom here. So what I will do is I will choose the best leaf. So I think this one here, the bottom one, this one. So what I would do is I would just wiggle it side by side. So when I pluck this, I want to make sure that I'm doing it really nice and slow. Right. So there. So as you can see, oh good. So this one is a really nice looking leaf, and I believe this will grow and give me another succulent, another black prince. I'll show you a not so clean cut like this one. See the end there? It has like that open wound. So that is not good. This one will not survive. But this one here will survive because look how clean that is. There's no open wound there. There might be an open wound, but just on the center here. So on my propagation tray here, I always see 3 things. So I'm gonna show it to you here. So the first one that I always see is a leaf with just the roots, a leaf with a pop, and a leaf with both pops and roots. Which of these 3 you think is the best succulent to transfer on top of the soil? So the answer is this one here. So this leaf with pops and roots. It's because this leaf here will start to drink from the soil, or from the soil now, because it already have the root system, and this has a pretty good chance of surviving because it has both pops and roots. How about this one here with just the roots? When do I transfer this? So I will wait until the pops appear on this one, and then that's the time I will transfer it on top of the soil. And then how about this one here with this leaf with no roots but with really big pop? So what with this one, I will wait for roots to appear first before I transfer it to the soil. It's because this one is not really drinking through the roots yet. This plant is getting all its nutrient from the mother leaf. So I will wait for roots to appear before I place it on top of the soil. So how about this ones here? So I have some failed propagation here. Like what I said, it's about 70 to 80% of the time that it's successful. So like this one here, I believe this is not gonna produce any roots nor pops, because look how mushy this looks now, and there's like a damage on the leaf. It's not really healthy looking, and it's starting to get dehydrated and wilting, and it's already wilting. And I also make sure, guys, that I leave the tray always clean. I always take out all of those mushy leaves. Like this one, I will throw this away because there's no growth. So I'm just gonna throw that away. And as well as this one, I don't think this is gonna be producing any pops for me, so I was just gonna toss this away. I will not wait until this one rot inside my tray, because it can, you know, spread some diseases to some of the remaining leaves here on the tray. So I'm just gonna toss that away, as well as this one. So all those unhealthy looking leaves, I remove them out of the tray immediately once I find them. So like this 3 here, I'm not gonna need that anymore. And this one, I will wait another week. If this will give me some roots or pops, then I will keep it. But if not, it will start to rot, then I will have to toss that away. So how about this one here that have roots but no pops, and the leaf is already wilted and soft, and you know that it's a dehydrated plant and it's gonna rot soon. So what I do with this one is, unfortunately, I have to throw this away because this one is not gonna survive. It's just gonna die and rot in my tray. Okay, so let's move on to another tray here. So once I see the pops and the roots come out, I will transfer them on top of the soil, and I use this egg tray to do it. It's because it has the perfect size for each individual leaf with pops and roots, and it's easier for me as well to water. And I use a spray like this with water inside, and I do it at least once or twice a day. You just make sure that the soil is always moist. Okay, so what I do is I just mist like this. I don't soak it too much. I just want to make sure that the soil is moist like this. Alright, like that. It's not like the egg tray is soaked with water. It's just that you're misting on top of it just to wet the soil. I do it early in the morning, like around before I go to work, like around 6 o'clock in the morning. And I also do it at nighttime before I go to sleep at around, the best time is around 8 to 9 p.m. So I just make sure that they are moist and the soil is not drying out. It's because, as you can see right here, like this one, you can see those, can you see those dried leaves? Wait, dried leaves on top? It's gonna dry like that. But there's new growth here, so I'm not worried about her. But as you can see, the exposed leaves are drying out if you leave it too dry. And I always make sure that the leaves are under the soil like that, so it's not gonna dry out. But if you see some leaves coming out, that's fine too, because it's gonna find its own way to dig in the soil. Whenever I see this dead leaves here, or rotten leaves here, not really rotten but wilted, I will have to remove that immediately. It's because the plant can drink from, or still drinking from this. It can transfer diseases. So where do I place them? So for my tray, I put it in a bright shaded area, never under a direct sunlight. I want the sun to shine on them, but not directly. They need it to grow. Or what I also do sometimes is I put them under a grow light, just to give them that enough light for them to grow. Alright, so what I have here are the plants that I actually propagated from leaves. And so if you're gonna ask me what are the succulents that are best to propagate from leaves, so from my experience, the best plants or succulents that you can propagate from leaves, and it's like almost 70% foolproof, would be the ghost plant. This is about a year old now, this one here, and as well as this one. This is about a year old now, and look how small they are still. So it's really hard to propagate from leaves, and this is like 1 year progress here. And then another one here that I really also like is my opalina, which was propagated from a leaf. And I have a couple there on my propagation tray, but this one got bigger now, and I'm really happy that she is thriving. She is actually about 6 months now. And this is my moonstone. So I also find that moonstones are really easy to propagate from leaves. I think it's because the leaves are already plump and full of water. After 2-3 weeks, I always see growths on my moonstone leaf propagation. I'll show you one. So this is my moonstone here, which I plucked out of the mother plant a few months ago, and this is, I believe, 2 months now. This one is about 2 months now, and it's growing healthy. And if you can see the roots system here, super cute. Another one that I'm really happy about is this one here. So this one was propagated out of about a couple of leaves. I believe just like 2 or 3. I don't really know the name. I forgot. And then it just grew into this after about 5 months in this pot. So see how resilient they can be. So if you know the ID for this one, let me know in the comment section below. That will be really helpful. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you think this video is helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you are all updated for all the upcoming videos. And I would also like to give a quick shout out to Ria Divina, who always watches with her kids Olivia Grace and Adeline Jordan, as well as May Caroline Kumkum, Reina Kahambing, Laquachena Nay, as well as Feeling Jungle. I believe she's from New York. She also has her own channel and she does a lot of house plants tutorials and stuff. Please check out her channel. She's a new friend. Hi, Feeling Jungle. And as well as the one who inspired me to do this video, Melissa Buena Obra. Thank you so much, girl, for the idea. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching.